What have I done? Guys, welcome back to my channel. Well, the opening video, you probably see what I'm seeing right now. You know, you're probably thinking, what am I doing? What is he doing? What is he gonna do with that? You know, oh, we got a motor in my race car. I mean, you see it sitting in there right there, right? Okay, I'll flip on the light for you. Okay, it's sitting there. It's a nice 6.0 LS, as you probably can tell. You know, this is a nice, you know, LS. It will be nice once we get it all cleaned up and stuff. But you're thinking, what is he gonna do? You know, better yet, what size is that motor? I mean, a bunch of guys already know what it is. Okay, let's not beat around the bush. It's 5.3 LS motor. Okay, aha, 5.3. What are you guys thinking now? What I'm gonna be doing with the motor? Okay, a lot of guys say, hey, that's a good motor you can boost with, right? Throw some turbos on it and off you go. You know, you're absolutely correct. That's a good motor to do that with. But I'm not boosting it. Nope, not gonna do it. Love to, but I'm not. Because one thing, that motor's not mine. What do you mean it's not yours? It's not mine. That is not my motor. Now, I did buy it for somebody, okay? And it's gonna go to a good friend of mine's car. Now you have to guess what type of car. Well, I'm not gonna bring you through that. Maybe I'll flash an image up here of the car style that's gonna go in. That's right. It's going in a 3rd gen Camaro. But we're gonna do something a little bit different with this motor, okay? It's not gonna have any type of injection on it, per se. It's gonna have some type of injection on it, but it's not gonna be that injection on it. But it's gonna be different, okay? Basically, it's gonna be fuel injected, but it's gonna be a carburetor injection, fuel injection on it. So what we're striving for with this build, we want it easy startup. So you crank it, start it, you go. Good throttle response, all that good stuff that you get with the EFI. Good gas mileage, the whole works. This way he can put you know, regular gas in it and just put around town for his heart's content. So that's right. That's what we're gonna do, and that's what I'm gonna start documenting of the whole build process. Okay, so you're gonna see a lot of different segments on my channel throughout the year of the different steps it's gonna take for us to put this in a 3rd gen Camaro. So, but before we can get to that part to get it in the car, we're gonna have to open the motor up, go through it, and I'll show you some of the upgrades that we're going to do to the motor. And anything else we might find that we might have to fix inside the motor, we'll go through that as well. So let's go ahead and get started. First thing is, you got it. You're going to have to get it off the truck here. Okay, like I said, I'm still trying to get this out of the truck. I'm going to pull the top of the intake off. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yep, wiring harness is off the motor. Okay, have the vacuum out. You ain't gonna believe this. Yeah, no telling what gets under this sucker. That was just underneath the intake. So let me get all this vacuumed out and stuff and get it all cleaned up. But yeah, that's kind of gross. I got the lifting plate on it. Intake's gone. It's right here. Okay, you see it? Off the pallet. And the engine hoist has it now. Ta-da! Truck's out there. Making progress. Got this exhaust manifold off, and none of the the bolts were, some of them actually break off. The head will break off on them. I'll show you on this side here. This one actually had the head already busted off on it, but I got all these loose, and how I'm doing it, whoops, how am I doing it? I'm taking this chisel here, and I'll just impact on the head of it just for a little bit, and I think that kind of busts it loose, any of the rust that might be built up in there, any of that stuff. It kind of shocks it, and so far I was able to do successfully on the other side. So far I got all these loosened up already. Shot some WD-40, let it work in there a little bit. I'm going to pop them all off. So okay, just like that, got them all out. Exhaust there, and this is this busted one. So I'm going to try to get that out next. Well, I got some leverage here on it. Just going to try to impact it a little bit. Then I'm going to try to put a pair of vice grips on the side of it and just see if I can't rotate it. If that doesn't work, we might have to weld a, I don't know, nut on the end or something like that. And see if we can't turn it by that way. So anyway, here we go. Okay, it's all out. So no more broken studs. Only had one broken off. Like I said, and use that impact on it. A little bit of vice grips, got it going. Script WD-40 in it. I was able to turn it right on out. So 5-minute job. We got it all tore down. I did pop the valve covers on it, and oh, come on. It looks really good. No sludge built up, any of that. The other side looks just about the same. Yeah, pretty much everything is tore down. Still need to get the starter off. Need to get the balancer in the front off. That thing's on there really tight. I had to put the flex plate back on so I can keep the crank from turning, so I can turn this. But that's another day. Hey, guess what? That's right. We're back on the LS 5.3 teardown. It's probably been 2-3 weeks at least since I started working, tearing everything apart. Just got really busy with racing stuff. So I'm back on it. Today I am going to pull the heads off. We're going to see what's inside of this and see how good it looks. Going to pull the crank, cam, all that out. But before I can do that, I need to get this guy off. That's right, the balancer. This thing is going to be a bear, especially that bolt right there. That's on there pretty tight. And basically what I had to do, I had to re-put the flex plate back on, and I put a locker on it. Piece of steel, has teeth in it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's gripping this guy, so I can put a big break over so I can bust that bolt loose. So let's go ahead and get this bolt busted loose. Then I'm going to pull the excuse me. I'm going to pull the pulley off, the balancer off, and then I can go ahead and disassemble everything else. So let's get started. Yes, it'll take something this long to bust that bolt loose. Oh my god. Oh, it's loose. Woohoo! Success. Okay, then have to get a puller. It's an LS puller, specifically pulling these pulleys off. So if you don't have one, you really do need one. It does make it a little bit easier pulling these things off. Let's go ahead and get this knocked off real quick. Okay, just kind of just crank it around. It'll pop as it comes out. Okay, I got the rocker's arms off both sides. Next step, pull the heads. So we'll bust these bolts loose, pop the heads off, and see what it looks like. Okay, got all the heads off. Yeah, it's all dirty looking inside and stuff, but it's gonna look a lot better when we get it all cleaned up. These are the heads. These are actually 862 heads. Doesn't look like any signs of any leaking or anything like that. Everything looks good, but we'll get all this stuff all good and cleaned up. Looks just like new when we get done with it. So anyway, next task is pull the pan off, pull the back and rear cover off, top cover of course. Then we'll get the rods, pistons out, the cam out, everything out of it, and check to see how everything looks. Wow, this is the inside. Look at these bearings. They look brand new. On the cap side, look at that. All the pistons, bearings and those as well. Yeah, you see a lot of carbon on this, but I don't have that wiped down. But you can see, I don't know how many miles is on this motor. Let me tell you what, those bearings look really, really good. Even the cam bearing on the front, can't really tell from there, but it looks really, really good as well. So yeah, I'm pleased with how everything looks so far. Just need to be polished up. You see these grooves in it? That's no biggie. We'll polish those up, get rid of all that stuff. But crank looks good. I haven't checked for measurement or a true measurement on it yet, or out of round or any of that good stuff, or bent. But if any sign of the bearing over there, if it was warped, we would not have bearings like this. So I'm sure the crank is good. So all we're going to do is just go ahead and get these things polished up, then clean up everything, the block, the pistons, the heads, and get a parts list of what we're going to need to get this thing back together. Okay, the only thing we're going to do, we will probably replace the cam bearings. It just, when we clean out the block anyway, this way we can thoroughly clear out all the passages. So when we clean out the oil passages, there's nothing in behind those bearings, any of that good stuff. So but yeah, for this video we just broke it down. The next video that you're gonna see is me probably getting it all cleaned up and stuff, and getting it ready to go back together, some prep work on that. Then probably the third video is probably assembling things, making it look good, put some good nice parts back in it, fresh parts. So but anyways, this is going to be a long-term series. It's something that's going to take months and months to complete, especially when we get down to getting it put into the car. So anyway, for now, let's close out the video. I think it's a good stopping point. Anyway, if you do like what you see, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, share the video, do what you have to. Anyway, with that, I'm out of here.